Most men have been told the wrong story about why they missed their chance with a woman. They think it's because they didn't have the right line, didn't say something clever enough, or weren't good-looking enough to keep her attention. But that's rarely the truth. What really happens is they fail to notice the subtle signs she's leaving right in front of them. A woman almost never announces her interest directly. She won't walk up and say, "I want you." She's not going to make a grand gesture in public, or put her feelings into plain words, unless she's already sure you feel the same. Instead, she communicates in quiet ways through moments, pauses, and changes in her behavior that you can only see if you're paying attention. These are like little puzzle pieces scattered in your interactions. On their own, they might not mean much, but together, they paint a clear picture of attraction. If you miss them, it's not that she gets angry or offended, it's that she assumes you're not interested, so she hides it. She'll bury her attraction under a smile, laugh at your jokes like you're just a friend, and let another man step into the space you could have occupied. This is the part most guys never realize. Women rarely turn cold overnight. They simply redirect their energy towards someone who seems more attuned to them. And by the time you figure it out, she's already shifted her focus. Understanding these moments isn't about playing games or manipulating anyone. It's about noticing what's already realways her body language, tone of voice. And unconscious habits give her away, even when her words stay guarded. When you can recognize those moments and respond without hesitation, you stop missing opportunities. You meet her halfway without her having to spell it out. That's when connection becomes effortless. Asterisk, one of the clearest but most overlooked signs of interest is what I call the slow return. When a woman likes you, she'll find small reasons to leave your space and then come back. It might be at a social gathering where she wanders off to talk to others. Grab a drink or step outside for a moment, to end up back near you without any real reason. Or maybe at work she'll stop by your desk for something trivial, and instead of just leaving, she lingers, starts casual conversation, and acts like she's in no rush. These moments are not accidents. She's watching how you react when she's around. Do your eyes light up? Is your body language open toward her? If your energy shifts in a way she can feel, it draws her closer. If you stay indifferent or distracted, she'll take it as a sign you're not interested and won't make the effort again. The right move here is subtle acknowledgement. Hold eye contact, smile, and give her a few seconds of undivided attention. That tells her you noticed and you're glad she came back. Another sign is the mini pause. You've probably felt it before. You say something, and there's a tiny moment where neither of you speaks. Most guys panic in that silence and rush to fill it with random chatter. But when she's into you, that pause is charged. It's not empty, it's an unspoken space, where she's enjoying the connection. If you can hold that pause, keep your gaze steady, and stay relaxed, it signals deep confidence. You're telling her without words that you don't need to force the moment. That calm stillness makes her feel more drawn in, because it's rare. To meet someone who can be comfortable in shared silence, it's often in those pauses that attraction quietly grows. Asterisk, another sign is what I call the mistake touch. It's those small, seemingly accidental brushes the graze of her hand against yours, the light bump of her shoulder as she walks past, or her leaning just close enough that you feel the warmth of her arm. At first, you might think it's random, but if it happens more than once, it's not an accident. It's her way of testing how comfortable she feels in your space and how you respond to being in hers. The key is not to overreact. Don't jump at the touch or make it awkward by calling it out. Instead, treat it as natural. Let the closeness feel easy and unforced. Later, you can return it in a subtle way, a light hand on her back as you guide her through a doorway, or a brief touch on her arm when you're sharing a laugh. Those moments build familiarity and connection without crossing boundaries too soon. Then there's the energy shift. This one can't be faked, and it's worth paying attention to. Watch how her mood or behavior changes the moment you enter the room. Maybe her voice softens. Maybe she laughs a little louder. Maybe she becomes more animated, or suddenly more aware of her posture. These are subconscious adjustments, tiny ways she tunes herself to you without realizing it. Your job isn't to point it out or tease her for it. Your job is to match that energy in a grounded way. If she gets brighter, you stay steady and receptive. That balance tells her you can hold the space she's creating, that you're not going to get swept up in the moment and lose your composure. When a woman feels she can open up her energy around you without it throwing you off, it deepens her trust and draws her in even more. Asterisk, another sign, is what I call the small self-disruption. This is when a woman's natural flow gets slightly thrown off around you. She might start a sentence and suddenly lose her train of thought, fidget with a piece of jewelry, adjust her sleeve, or keep touching her drink without taking a sip. She might even stumble over her words in a way she normally wouldn't. These aren't signs of clumsiness. They're signs her nervous system is reacting to your presence. Attraction can make someone's brain skip a beat, and those small disruptions are her body's way of processing the moment. The worst thing you can do is draw too much attention to it in a way that makes her self-conscious. Instead, offer a small, knowing smile or an easy comment that keeps her at ease. That comfort allows her to stay in the moment instead of retreating into embarrassment. Another behavior to notice is over-explaining. When she cares about your opinion, she'll give you more context than necessary for small things. She's late, and instead of a simple sorry, she runs you through the whole backstory. She orders dessert and playfully explains why she's being bad today. She changes her hairstyle and points it out before you can even comment. These aren't random habits. They're her way of signaling that she's aware of how you see her and wants to manage that perception in a positive way. The worst reaction here is indifference. If you brush it off or give her nothing, she'll feel like her efforts don't matter. The better move is to stay engaged. A curious question, tease her lightly, or simply show that you noticed. Those little acknowledgments make her feel seen, and when a woman feels seen in a safe way, it keeps the attraction alive and growing. Asterisk, sometimes attraction shows up in ways that are almost hidden in plain sight, like the little invitations. She might not directly say, "Let's hang out," but she'll drop hints that open the door for you to take the lead. It could be as casual as, "I've been craving that coffee from the place near your office." Or, "I've been wanting to try that new rooftop bar, but I don't want to go alone." These comments aren't just small talk, they're soft offers. She's giving you a chance to step in without making herself too vulnerable. The key is to catch the hint and act on it. Don't overthink or make it a big production. Simple. "Let's go Thursday. I'll pick you up." Shows that you're both aware of the signal and confident enough to lead from it. That directness reassures her she doesn't need to keep testing your initiative. Then there's the "hold me there." Look, this isn't just eye contact heats. When her gaze lingers for a fraction longer than necessary. It might happen mid-laugh, when you're speaking, or even when you're not saying anything at all. It's a quiet anchor, like she's holding you in place for that moment without words. Most men break this connection too quickly. They glance away, fidget, or crack a joke to escape the tension. But if you can meet her gaze and hold it calmly, you communicate certainty and comfort in that shared space. That extra second can shift everything it's where. Curiosity turns into chemistry, and chemistry into something much harder for her to forget. The truth is, these signals are easy to miss if you're waiting for neon signs or bold declarations. But when you learn to read them and respond with steady, grounded presence, she stops wondering if you notice. She starts trusting that you do. Trust is the place where real connection begins.